Alright, so how long did that take? Oh no! Curses, we're running out of time. We should check in with Mr. Shields. I'd also like to know what the situation is like on their end. But Mr. DeBest ran off again. We'll just give them the new information we discovered. Francisco will take his place. I wonder if that's gonna be enough. It can't be helped. Since he ran away, there's nothing more we can do. They sure do be delaying things, though. Maybe if we all just sit here very, very quietly, no one will notice we're not doing our jobs. I guess I'll just say it again. If there's no murder weapon, you can't prove the defendant is guilty. Just because we don't have the murder weapon doesn't mean the defendant is innocent. It seems you wish to taste the sting of my whip. Ah! Mr. Attorney, this trial, how much longer will it take? Because I feel like it hasn't gone anywhere at all for a good while now. Well, sorry, but that stubborn prosecutor over there just doesn't seem to understand. Until I am satisfied. This whip will lash out at you as many times as I see fit. I know, she's probably whipped me once for every year I've been alive. Miles, what's taking you so long? Even though we're just stalling for time, Uncle Ray can't keep this up much longer. Franny is a method actor. You can't blame her for that. Excuse me, phone call. Mind if I take this? I will allow it. I'm surprised that that was actually going, but she is trying to stretch things out. Mr. Shields. Oh, Miles, it's you. How's it going over there, huh? We found Sebastian. And the knife and chisel? It seems he handed the evidence over to Blaze DeBest. It's very likely that Blaze knows the whereabouts of the murder weapon. Ex-chairman DeBest? But why would Blaze? That, I don't know yet. However, there may be some hidden connection between Patricia Rowland and Blaze. Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Where's the thread for that? Gotcha. In that case, I'll issue a subpoena for Blaze DeBest right away. I'll grill him personally. I'll continue to search for the missing evidence. And for John as well. Hoy, I've got a lot on my plate for only having 45 minutes! Try to hurry it up, would you? We're at our wit's end over here. Feels like the verdict could be handed down at any moment. Understood. How much longer can Judge Courtney's heart hold out? I know she's in a lot of pain. I've got to hurry. So, how's the trial going? Blaze will be taking the stand. I don't know how things will turn out, though. He'll do anything from hiding evidence to kidnapping. He really has nothing but trouble. I agree. We should probably take another look at that evidence concerning him. Okay, leave it to me. First, here's the latest evidence fresh from the scene. There are the gloves from earlier, although I'm certainly curious about them. Anything else? The case files from the IS-7 incident. If I recall, Blaze was also involved in this, right? Indeed. He was involved in destroying the evidence. For now, let's keep this on hand. Good to know, good to have. Now then, is there anything else? Of course! Last but not least, we've got this! This is the Yadagadasu's badge? Okay. I'm talking about things related to Blaze. Please be serious. But aren't you always going around presenting random evidence too, Mr. Edgeworth? No, well, I don't need you to sass me. Oh, isn't that Sebastian? Ah, what are you doing here? Whoa! He ignored us. That's just rude. He came out of the Grand Tower. What was he doing in there? Let's go investigate what Mr. DeBest was up to. Yes, let us go. He was clearly doing something. The hatch is open. It might be Mr. DeBest who opened it. Maybe Sebastian came in here to get the evidence? I guess it would make sense that it would end up in here. Mr. Edgeworth, over there! The safe's open! Did he come here to open that? Let's examine it thoroughly. All right. Well, you were looking in this direction. I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot that a safe was even a thing here. First and foremost, actually, what I should do is consult the K in all possible avenues. Somehow we ended up finding Mr. DeBest instead. But there's still no trace of our main objective, John. Just where could they have taken him? The only way to find out is to continue to question people and gather information. We must also search for the missing murder weapon. That's probably the most important, I would guess. Actually, no, because if we can't find John, then Courtney's just not gonna want to say that she's guilty. We came in here because we saw Mr. DeBest running out of the Grand Tower. But I wonder if there's actually anything useful in here. Sebastian must have come here because he thought there was. We have precious little time left. Let's investigate and see what we can find. Alright, searching it up. I think we would set foot back into the storeroom again. Now that you mention it, we were here just yesterday. My memories were still lost back then. I didn't think about it at the time. But looking at this place now, it's like a glittering mountain of treasure. Hey, please don't touch anything in the storeroom needlessly. Okay, but more importantly, Mr. Edgeworth, something might have changed since we were last here. We'll have to closely examine every nook and cranny of the storeroom again. Something in the storeroom. No one ever brings up the nooks and crannies. I think it's a very common thing. Something a storeroom has changed from before. Is there something like that? Yes, we already know that to be the case. Anyway, examine time! Ooh, hello! There's something inside the safe. I see a chessboard. Let's go ahead and have a look. There's some documents in here. It's just a bunch of papers and... Well, there's a photo here, too. This is a picture of... That's Mr. Knightley. Well, I saw the chessboard, so I just kind of assumed that this was evidence pertinent to the case at hand, which would explain why Sebastian came in here. Horace Knightley, the president's bodyguard. Why is this picture here? And what are all these papers for? I don't know. We'll have to read the documents to find out. I'm all but certain there is a connection between Knightley and Doggin. Doggin's chess partner, whose identity remains unknown until now, was actually Knightley all along. That is proof enough. Tomorrow, I shall interrogate him in the warden's office. I'll get him to confess that he's one of Doggin's henchmen. That thing he laid to rest near the flower bed 12 years ago. You simply must retrieve it. What? This seems to be a report about Knightley. Well, it sounded like it was Roland, but what's up with this 12 years ago thing? Not to mention, it was apparently written before Knightley was killed. Horace Knightley was murdered while he was being interrogated in the warden's office. Judging from the contents, this document was probably written by Patricia Rowland. I knew it! The question, however, is who this report was addressed to. The owner of this safe is the conductor, Blaze DeBest. So this proves that Miss Rowland and Blaze are connected. Indeed. However, it's not just the two of them. Eh? Blaze DeBest and Patricia Rowland were searching for Doggin's henchman. Sirhan Doggin, that dog-loving assassin. This means that there's a hidden connection between the three of them. I wonder what it could be. Are all of these cases interconnected? Because that's kind of incredibly amazing and very well written if so. Holy hell. I don't know, but it must be related to this case. Alright, holding on to that one, thank you very much. There's some other stuff in here that I remember seeing. There's something on his finger. Let's have a closer look. Right, looks like an expensive ring. Don't steal it. But didn't do anything yet. It's Horace Knightley's. The chessboard and the ring. All of his possessions are inside this safe. So basically all of this stuff is evidence from the prisoner case. Correct. Then the knife and chisel that vanished might be in here too. Let's see. Mr. Knife, Mr. Chisel. They're not in there. I guess this is all just Mr. Knightley's stuff. You see. That's too bad. Horace Knightley is dead. Edgeworth! This game isn't over yet, you hear me? That was a lot of big talk for someone who ended up dead in the next trial. Now, but the game is not over yet. Unless I can see it through to its end. Alright, I've got the Knightley's mementos. Oh. I suppose I can go up the ladder now. That's neat. Never seen an arrow like that before. Young lady, good sir, might I interest you in some cotton candy? Eh? Oh dear God, no! There's also ice cream, if that's what you'd prefer. Murder man! You! Shelly to killer! It's good to see you are well, Mr. Edgeworth. But what are you doing in a place like this? As you can see, I'm selling cotton candy. Would you care for some heavenly cotton candy? Even sweeter than death. One bite will send you straight to heaven. No, thank you. That's definitely not something I'd want to buy from the killer. The meaning of my message. Have you understood it? I congratulate you on resolving the case. However, can you truly say in good consciousness that it has been solved? Have you been spying on us this whole time? Spying? Heavens no, I was simply watching over you. Which, you know, I suppose is technically the exact same thing, but whatever. While disguised as a cotton candy salesman. Isn't that the exact same thing? What is this man's objective? Were you the one who murdered the president? No. The contract with my client has already expired. President Huang is a bit of a celebrity in the world of assassins, you see. Over the years, many attempts on his life were made, and yet he stubbornly lives on. Well, clearly not anymore. He is a robust man, surrounded by flawless security. He even employs body doubles. Robust. That president? Rotund seems more apt. Womp womp. Well, I mean, I would go with smooshed, but whatever. However, it seems this time the president's security wasn't exactly flawless. Mr. Rook had only just prevented your previous assassination. But this time, I did not kill him. It is not my principle to kill needlessly. I am also grateful to Rook, a worthy adversary who was connected to me by fate. Thanks to that man, I did not kill a target who had no value to be killed. Thanks to Rook preventing the assassination? What does he mean? My client deliberately gave me a false target. It was a betrayal most foul. I am now searching for my client. In all likelihood, it is the same person you are looking for. Hey, this doesn't really have much to do with anything, but since I have you here, you mind telling me whatever happened to, you know, On Guard? Just throwing that out there. It's something I've always wondered. Anyway, it's the same person you're looking for. Is he saying that his client murdered the president? Just who is this person you're referring to? I myself am not allowed to say. It would be a violation of the rules. Sure, it would make everyone's life easier, but that's not how I roll. Deal with it. I cannot disclose the identity of my clients. For to do so would create a problem of trust with my other clients. This is precisely why I am personally searching for them myself. What are you gonna do when you find your client? Of course, they shall be rewarded with a punishment most befitting of a traitor. Ugh, that person. What'll happen to them? I will leave that up to your imagination. That's significantly worse than just saying that you'll kill them. It certainly won't be anything pleasant. Oh, yes. I will tell you just one more thing. 3 days ago, Sirhan Dogan escaped from prison. What? What? Well, that's incredibly bad. Three nights passed. Dogan's solitary cell was found vacant. It was almost as if he knew I would come pay him a visit. He visited Dogan's cell? Why were you visiting him? Could it be that the person the killer is searching for is Dogan? Well then, if you'll excuse me, I must get going. Later, taters. Let us both do our best in tracking down that person. So, the killer and Dogan, these two assassins. Ah, it's a tale of two assassins. That's too much stuff, man. This sound is. I don't know what it is, but it sounds awesome. Mr. Edgeworth, Judge Courtney's cell phone is ringing. Her ringtone is amazing. Could it be John? Who we got? Mr. Edgeworth, how are you doing? Oh, fun, cool, great. Voice changers. Sounds like they're using a voice changer. Who is this? Someone you've been searching for. The one in the red hood. The red hood? Are you the person who ambushed Kay? Brilliant deduction. I'd expect no less from a prodigy prosecutor such as yourself. Mr. Edgeworth, I want to listen in on this too. Come on, speakerphone. Very well, I'll put it on speaker. Haha! Well, I must say that I didn't expect the girl to get amnesia. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Well, that's not all, you see. Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaze the Best to kill Jill Craig. What? What? This must be the person the killer spoke of. I really should thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You have no reason to thank me, you sick freak. Well, you haven't noticed? That's troublesome, you know. I wanted you to catch Blaze for me. So I took dear little Kay. What? If Kay was suspected, I knew you would investigate the case. And I was sure that the great Miles Edgeworth would be able to catch Blaze. It was all according to my plan. And you know, I get the feeling that you have the wrong idea. So let me clear something up. Blaze the Best wasn't the one who kidnapped Miss Courtney's son. Why do you know about the kidnapping? You and Miss Courtney are really quite alike, you know. She even came to visit you in the detention center and got all friendly with you. How do people know these things? How could this person know something like that? Just Courtney was supposed to have visited me using the detective's name. I bet you're wondering how I knew about the kidnapping, right? Well, yes, I asked you how you knew a few moments ago. It's quite simple, really. It's because darling little John is in my care right now. What? What? You seem surprised. If only I could see the look on your faces. Quickly, little Kay, you have to hurry and steal him back. You wouldn't want to tarnish the Yatagadasu's name on your first job, would you? What the hell? How does this person know so much? You even know it's my first job? Why does this person know everything in so much detail? Well, I suppose I can't blame you for a mistake. It seems Blaze was after John as well, you see. So there were 2 kidnappings? Okay, so I was wrong. He did get kidnapped, just not by the people that we found. He's such a fool, you know. Kidnapping his own son instead. Is John there with you? If he is, then I would like to hear his voice. He's here, but I'm afraid I can't do that. You see, he's asleep right now. In that case, there's no way for us to know if you really kidnapped John or not. I suppose you don't have to believe me if you don't want to. What is your objective? Is it to get Patricia Rowland declared not guilty? Not guilty verdict, eh? I couldn't care less about that. Then why do this? So his objective is different from Blaze's? I think I'll keep my objective a secret for now, for maximum suspense. Now that I must be going, I hope you enjoy yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't think you can get away with this. Then come and get me. I've been looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice. But I highly doubt that. You had the confidence in me to think that I could get Blaze, but not you? That's gonna be extraordinarily stupid of you in the long run, I assure you. Also, boom. What? Why boom? Who in the world was that? I don't know. We don't have enough information. Renee, we're totally clueless. Meanwhile, they seem to know everything about us. Know everything about us. Okay, you're right. Thinking about it, it is strange. How does the culprit know so much about us? It's so weird. I mean, they even know about the kidnapping. We must figure out how the culprit was able to obtain that information. Considering how recently the entire thing was, and assuming the killer is speaking the truth and not actually behind all of this, then it would have to be somebody that we know. Which I don't like. So I don't think it's a new person. I think it's somebody that we already have around us, unless they've just planted bugs everywhere. That's not impossible, but I don't know. I feel like the game wouldn't just instantly introduce some new ultra super person. I'm not sure. I must recall. What exactly did that person know? You and Miss Courtney are really quite alike. Yeah, okay, that's the one thing. Was it the guard? The detention center guard that's been there forever this entire series? Is he the culprit? Like, what? She even came to visit you in the detention center. How would anybody know that? You wouldn't want to tarnish the Yatagadasu's name on your first job, would you? You seem surprised. If only I could see the look on your faces. That's it. By analyzing our conversation with the culprit, I figured it out, Kay. I know the source of this person's information. What? Really? Okay, I hope he does it on his own, because I don't. In all likelihood, this person probably... Oh, okay, but yeah, no, probably planted a bug. Yep, that would make so much sense. I believe it is highly likely that we have been bugged. Bugged? If you recall what that person said, you seem surprised. If only I could see the look on your faces. Ah, that means audio, not visual. If they couldn't see our faces, that means they weren't taking our pictures or following us. Then they must have planted a bug somewhere. All right, well, that opens things back up. I guess it could not be someone we know. Man, this is a lot. Must have planted a bug somewhere. Could it be in my stuff? Is there anything they could have had a chance to bug? There must be a hint somewhere in our conversation just now. I know! The only piece of evidence that I've never lost track of this entire time. That's right, the person knew something they shouldn't have. The conversation between Judge Courtney and myself in the visitor's room. Judge Courtney! Hush! Please have a seat. The only evidence I had with me at the time was... Where was the bug planted? I guess it has to be on her badge. That sucks! It's a symbol of justice, not bugaboos. Okay, may I see your badge? My Yadagadasu's badge? No way! Why not? Mr. Edgeworth, just because you became a great thief's assistant doesn't mean you're ready to wear this badge yet. That's not it. It's very likely that a bug was planted in it. What? In my badge? Let's take a closer look. All right, well, luckily it won't be too hard to find. Let's see, what do we got here? I don't see anything. Hang on. Zoom in for maximum effect. I mean, in the clip, maybe? That's the only place where you could stash something. Oh, what the? Since when could this thing even open up? This is... Seems I was right. I didn't even know it could do that. Kay, did you know your badge can open up and has a secret compartment? Is that a thing? How did you know? The person had been in contact with you. You mean when I was knocked unconscious? Yes, that's why I thought one of your possessions might have been bugged. However, that person also overheard my conversation with Judge Courtney, even though that conversation took place in the visitor's room with just the two of us. Ah, so you were holding on to it at that time. Exactly. All the other evidence has been taken away from me. Only the Yadagadasu's badge remained with me. So this creep's been listening in on us the whole time? Indeed. That must be how they knew about all the information we collected. Also, they definitely know that we know now. Does that mean they're also listening in on this conversation? Most likely. Hey, Buster! Okay, please no. Eavesdropping is for cowards. Why don't you come out here and fight us fair and square, you big nerd? Oh, dear God! Huh? What was that sound just now? Ah! Swift! It was you! Wow, that'd be a plot twist. I sincerely doubt that. But, ow! That's Nicole. Honestly, y'all scared the bejesus out of me. Your voice was so loud there, little missy. I'm so surprised it fell flat on my behind. I'm sorry, at least you didn't land on your bear trap. How are you getting so riled up for? You gotta hear this. It really grinds my gears. Yes, yes. Okay, please just leave it at that. Unless you want to make tomorrow's morning headlines. Ah, that was close. Ah, shucks. You're such a stick in the mud. What's wrong with letting a gal open her heart and spill the beans? Well, it depends. Was anyone eating those beans? For now, I'll turn the bug off. All right, get out of here, bugaboo man. So, did you find the kidnappers? Miss Swift, was the boy you saw being kidnapped this boy in the photo? Nope, that ain't nothing alike. He had a more stupid-looking face and was wearing a collared school uniform. In retrospect, perhaps we should have asked that beforehand, but hey, you know what? It was still good. We found Sebastian. I thought so. Yet again, we were led astray by this woman's testimony. Yeah, but I mean, getting Sebastian back was still incredibly important, I'd say. We'll have to conduct our investigation all over again. So we're back where we started and with very little time to spare. Are there any new leads? Oh dear God, we have 20 minutes. There's only 20 minutes left until 2 o'clock. Be able to make it in time? Probably not. Mr. Edgeworth, about the phone call just now. Wasn't there a strange sound at the end? A strange sound? You mean the boom? Because I heard a boom. Don't think you can get away with this. Then come and get me. I'll be looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice. But I highly doubt that. Boom! Now that you mention it, it sounded like an explosion. Sound of an explosion! That's handy. Thank you. Might be a hint to establish the culprit's whereabouts. I see. The sound of an explosion, eh? Hey! I would appreciate it if you stopped eavesdropping on us, no matter how cool your haircut is. Mr. Prosecutor, you're stingy as ever. First, let's see what she has to say. Investigatione has begun again! Kay, what does your face have to say about everything that's going on this day? The K-Day. K-Day, do you want a payday? No? Secretly bugging my badge like that? I'm sure the true culprit must be a skilled great thief. I don't think simply placing a bug would warrant someone being called a great thief. What are you saying? One who wishes to become a great thief must not neglect information gathering. Even so, to be able to plant a bug without anyone noticing. How dare they act more great thief-like than me? I feel like you're getting upset for all the wrong reasons. We haven't seen any sign of John at all. Where on earth could he have gone? At any rate, we have no choice but to continue investigating. Let's search this area again. All right, let's scour this area for any signs of John. Like a scouring powder. Let's friggin' go! Anyway, how it be, Nicole? How's your southern self? All my hard work's helped move this case forward. I reckon it's all in a good day's work. I'm not sure about that. You've been chasing after an entirely different person. Yeah, but somebody who still needed to be saved. Indeed. Seems she did not properly examine the photo earlier. I don't think she looked at. Did we even show it to her? What now? Was my info really all that bad? No, some of the blame also falls on us for relying on a dubious information source. It's time for us to regroup and start over. Could you hold on a sec? If you think I'm staying quiet after being called a dubious source, you got another thing coming. Fine then, guess I'll just have to tell you about the scoop I've been saving. You've been saving a scoop? Of 2 raisins? How dare you! Although I'm not expecting much, let's hear it. What is this scoop of yours? It's Mozilla! I have decisive evidence that the mighty Mozilla exists. Okay, let's go, Kay. Hold up! I'm being serious! You might not believe it, but it's true. We don't have much time, but I guess there's no other way. Would this decisive evidence of yours be something you recorded on that tape recorder? That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. You're good at figuring things out, aren't you? Yeah, it's kind of my whole deal. It's the sound of Mozilla spewing out fire. This place nearly became a sea of flames. If you say so. Don't make that face. If you think I'm lying, then have a listen for yourself. Ready? Here comes the flame. Rawr! How was that? It's hard to tell over your shouting, but if you say so, I guess they could be flames. Miss Swift, did you truly witness these so-called flames? Well, to tell you the truth, I didn't really see it with my own 2 eyes. On account of, I wasn't actually there at the time. If Mozilla had appeared, wouldn't you have noticed no matter where you were? Well, I was a ways off and was using the slightly unusual recording methods, so... Could you explain to me this recording method in more detail? Guess I just dug my own grave. All right, what do you got? What do you got? Truth is, I was aiming for a scoop, so I did me some wireless wiretapping. What? Wait a minute. Wireless wiretapping? If there's no wires, how'd you tap them? Okay, please don't concern yourself with the semantics. She was simply intercepting wireless communications and listening in without permission, which is a crime, by the way. I've been spending the last few days scoping out the Grand Tower with my mentor. So you were investigating the black market auctions. In that case, you naturally would have tapped the immediate area surrounding the Grand Tower. You betcha! But right then and there, I hear an earth-shattering roar. Finally, Mozilla appears. My heart's pounding. I feel him drawing near. So, everything except the sound is just her own personal impressions, right? In the end, it seems that you didn't actually see anything. Well, I reckon writing's more my thing. Anyways, I continue tuning in to the situation. Little Miss K over there almost shattered my eardrums. Eavesdropping is for cowards. Why don't you come out here and fight us fair and square? Thump. This is the most necessary of all flashbacks. I'm really glad we're getting this right now. I would have completely forgotten that this happened. Let's see. Miss Swift, while you were eavesdropping, you were surprised by Kay's voice and fell over. In other words, you did not hear her voice directly. You heard it via the radio waves emitted by the bug, did you not? That could be handy. What? Then does that mean the one who planted the bug on me was Sheepy Thee? I was just eavesdropping. I never stooped to bugging nobody. I mean, sure, I'll commit one crime, but not another. Miss Swift, do you mind if we borrow that tape for a while? You know, just do what you please already. Thank you. Mr. Edgeworth! I had literally forgotten about you two. Mr. Keys, Miss Barry. I sincerely doubt either of you have discovered literally anything, but I guess I'm desperate enough to ask. Monkeys! Did you find him? Not yet. It's work at John B. John? No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. They don't know anything about the kidnapping. Regarding Sebastian, we found him not too long ago. Kay she's kind of moved on to an entirely new thing. Really? Well, that's great. Thank you so much. Now I won't be arrested again. Or will thee? All right, hang on. Did either of you discover anything of note? As expected, Mr. Edgeworth. How'd you find him? Naturally, it was all thanks to his powers of logic and reasoning. Actually, it was just a coincidence. Haha, we take it anyway. I guess we weren't any help at all, were we? Don't be silly. Of course you helped. Really, thanks a lot. Where were you guys searching, Simon? It was a bit far off, but we searched around the Sunshine Coliseum. Sunshine Coliseum? The Sunshine Coliseum. So they were by the shore. Were they selling seashells? There were a lot of people at the event there, so I thought he might have gone as well. An event? Sounds like fun. Is it a festival? I want to go too. Okay, please. It was a lot of fun. There were food stands, fireworks, and much more. Simon got worn out by all the people in the crowd pretty quickly, though. He's a bit nerd that way. You didn't have to tell them that. It's settled. Once we wrap up this case, let's all go there. Ooh, okay, an event at the Coliseum is apparently important. It's good to know. Also, probably the sound of an explosion is incredibly relevant to that, and I'm going to connect those in just a moment. Just realized, yeah, fireworks, explosion, At any rate, I'm glad you were able to find him so quickly. Why is that? The truth is, our circus show is about to start soon. So, I don't think we would have been able to help out with the search much longer. Sorry to burden you with this when you also needed to prepare for your performance. No, it's okay. Please don't worry about it. After all, I also didn't want to get arrested again. So relieved you were able to find him, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, but the warden still hasn't been declared guilty yet. What? So you're saying there's still a chance I might be arrested? Oh, ain't no way. Okay, please don't tease him. All right, now hang on just one moment. Miss Barry, just one moment. We will converse in but a moment. I would just like to connect the sound of an explosion to an event at the Coliseum. Thank you. Mr. Keys, didn't you say that there were fireworks at the Coliseum earlier? Huh? Well, what about them? Were those fireworks set off during the day? Yeah, even just while we were there. A bunch of them were set off. That's weird. I don't think anybody would really get to see them that well in the daylight. That's kind of why fireworks happens at night. Unless you have like a sparkler or one of those weird things that you set on fire and it turns into a big old snake. You know those things? I don't know what those are called. Pop rocks! No, I mean, that's not what I'm thinking of, but I'm also remembering Wait, no, the pop rocks is a candy. Whatever, they're like these little fireworks and you throw them at the ground and they go bang! And it is fun. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? An explosion sound we heard at the end of the kidnapper's phone call. Could very well have been the fireworks. Ah! Don't think you can get away with this. Flashback to the same thing twice. Will we bring him to justice? I'm gonna say probably. Boom! For the sound to have been picked up by the phone, it must have been fairly loud. So that means the culprit was near the Coliseum. Hells yes! Very good, very good. Even so, I bet the fireworks could be heard in lots of places around the Coliseum. And it didn't look like a small Coliseum either. Indeed. It would be impossible for us to search the entire area by ourselves in 20 minutes. If only we could have the police lend us a hand. Dare to dream. Also, wait, hey, hi. What you doing there, buddy? We'll talk to you in just a moment. I do just want to get Regina out of the way real quick. Not out of the way, I do like talking to her. Look at her, she's adorable. Even though Regina also searched with her friends. We were beaten to the punch. By friends, does she mean her animals? Did she unleash her animals upon the event? That's pretty awesome. If I recall correctly, wasn't the Berry Big Circus supposed to have a performance today? Yep, that's right. We've all been practicing a lot for this upcoming performance. She'd do the happy bounce. Will Simon also be performing? Of course. He's been practicing really hard, even though he keeps saying, no way, no way. He even rode in a balloon and did lots of advertising for us. So, Mr. Edgeworth, you should also come by and see Simon's heroics. Very well. That is, if we're able to successfully solve this case. If I fail, boy, am I going to be a bit too bummed to go to any kind of circus. Let me tell you about that mess. It sounded like you were saying you used animals in your search. Yep. I thought we would be able to find him if I used Regent and Anastique, but Simon said, no way, no way, no way, and stopped me. No fun! If Simon hadn't been there, there would probably be a mass panic right about now. Yeah, but it would have been so cool. Simon, why did you stop her? It would have made the city more fun, like the circus. Mr. Edgeworth, please forgive me. Why is he apologizing to me? I haven't said anything. Bit of a derp, that lad. All right. Tup, 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 tup. Anyway, hi, Gummy. You want to actually be our pal again? No, Gummy, come back. Gummy, why are you running away? Why you run? You're Gumshoe. You're a cool guy. Detective Gumshoe. When Mr. Edgeworth gave up his prosecutor's badge, I just didn't know what to do. Detective Gumshoe, don't follow me! And then I began to think, if Mr. Edgeworth isn't a prosecutor anymore, does that mean I'm no longer a detective? But that's not true. Even without Mr. Edgeworth, I'm still a detective, and investigating is my job. Detectives don't investigate just for the sake of prosecutors, pal. That's why, even if on my own, I won't stop investigating. So, you've been investigating by yourself? Then perhaps at that time, you should thank your former subordinate. He gave me some valuable information which may save Kay Faraday. Detective Gumshoe did? So, Jill Crane's autopsy report. I went to the detention center to see how Kay was doing. And that's when I heard. When you get to where I am, you can just create your own truths anytime you want. Kay Faraday is the culprit. And that was a truth that I simply manufactured out of thin air. Good, very good. That face, that expression. You heard that conversation? That's right. And that's why I looked over the evidence again myself, sir. Gummy, that's amazing! So it was you who saved me! Okay. I'm really glad you got your memories back. Thank you. Yay, Gummy! Do you get it now? I can investigate on my own. No, don't leave though! Gummy, don't run away! You've already proven that you can investigate on your own. After all, you saved me. We're a team! Friendship, come on! Detective, I need your help. Currently, I'm not a prosecutor, nor am I much of anything else. Even so, I will pursue this case. I ask you not as a prosecutor, but as a friend! Ah! Detective Gumshoe, will you help us? Whoa! please, cut it out, sir. Gummy. Okay, I get it. I get it, pal. Gum theme! Yeah! Gumshoe! Woo! I can't bear to see Mr. Edgeworth bowing his head to me like this. Gummy! Thank you, detective. What do you want me to do, sir? I need information! Anything! Anything at all! I am in desperate need. Detective Gumshoe, please tell me what you found in your investigation so far. Roger! Leave it to me, sir. I have 3 things to report. First up is about Kay's clothes that were sent to the crime lab. Yeah, what were they covered in? Traces of an extremely powerful sleeping drug called Sleepies were found on them. So that means after Kay was drugged at Gourd Lake, she was brought to the roof of the Grand Tower. That's right, sir. Now for item number 2. The footage from the security camera at the Grand Tower's elevator. The footage that captured President Huang and Judge Courtney going up to the roof. The elevator is generally the only way to get to the rooftop. And if the elevator was used, the person who used it would be caught on camera. Exactly! In other words, if you look over the footage from a couple of days ago, you should be able to see an unconscious Kay being carried up to the roof. Then, Gummy, does that mean you checked out all the footage from before the incident 2 days ago on Fast Forward? I see. And the results? Well, actually, nothing came up, sir. Kay never showed up on the tape at all. That was unexpected. I guess it won't be so easy. How was Kay brought up to the roof of the tower? I should take a moment to carefully consider the possibilities. Well then, let's hear your third and final report. Yes, sir. Last but not least, the most important thing to report. I'm so happy to be able to investigate with you again, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm gonna give it my all to arrest the culprit. As all, sir. I apologize for putting you through so much, Detective Gumshoe. However, that was your most important report. It had nothing to do with the case at all. I would have preferred something that actually useful. That merciless attitude. That's the Mr. Edgeworth I know, sir. A young boy has been kidnapped. I want you to help us search for him. A kidnapping, sir? The victim is a boy by the name of John Marsh. You can tell by his weird horns. Ah, the kid with the horns. Yes, do you know about him? And I saw that boy myself, sir. Was that this morning? That's right. He came out of that trailer over there, and then he walked towards the garbage pickup area. The garbage pickup area? It's right over there, pal. That's where all the trash from the Grand Tower's offices is collected. Fascinating. I don't know what happened after that, since I left the place around then. Seems we must investigate the garbage pickup area. And so we shall. Thank you, Gumman. To the garbage! Hooray, garbage!